YouTube? Metalhead Prime here, and the day has finally come. Finally I can get this nightmare over. You don't know what it has taken to make this video. It's been fun. No, not at all. A lot of stuff happened. Lots of stuff still happening, but it's calmed down enough that I can get this done. Yeah. With my help, of course. But, so what I've done today was I finally mocked up all the plumbing. I've got everything pre-drilled, got everything pre-measured because I wanted to save you guys about 19,500 hours. Yeah. Anyways, everything should go like clockwork. We're hoping. Hopefully. Let's dig in. And I've also lit that, by the way. All right. So, of course, now we got to tear it. Video, I also mentioned something about, I'll show you a little trick you can do to avoid, how do I put this, flooding your house. Very super simple. Once you measure out your volume in the tank and where you want the actual sumps to run, real simple trick. And I'm not going that high because I just want this to pretty much skim the top. You just run a little drill hole right through there, and what happens is the water level is going to be about a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch higher than that. Now when that drops off, like if the power were to fail and the siphon continues, it gets to that hole, breaks the siphon. We're hoping. How we are going to feed our sumps. The water will come in from that little siphon piece I made right there. It's going to plumb through the back, run down into here. If all goes well, I'm a little nervous about this piece because I have them spaced so far differently. I don't know if water is going to rush in this side faster or not. We're just going to have to find out. That could actually be a problem, which is fine, because if it is, snip, problem solved. Is what I'm using for the 2 submersible pumps to actually feed into. This is going to supply to this pipe right here and spill out of this pipe, which I have also strategically measured, and it is the same exact distance as the siphon. So gravity's not always my friend, a lot, but we're going to see if it's going to be today. And I actually have marked all these pieces just so I know the placement to put everything, because I kind of have it where I want it right now, but I have to take everything back apart and glue it. Which, by the way, we're going to use medium orange CPVC cement. And this is meant for transferring water. So if all goes well, those shouldn't rupture. Hopefully.
Let's hope not.
There's not a lot of pressure in this anyways, or there shouldn't be. see where I said earlier I want to keep in line with my marks. Now that one's not so important. This one, a little more important. Because this one's running down into the stand. This other one's going to be coming up, and I want that as straight as possible to feed into that outlet. One of these, because I didn't pay attention when I got this one. This one says 3/4, 3/4, 3/4, ½ inch. Who knew? Less and less stuff to glue. That's awesome. I spared you guys a lot of time.
Yeah, a lot of time.
Okay. Cool. Now something I thought about doing, and I might still, just not right this minute, which actually would be a great time to do it. I thought about cutting little grooves in here, going up, maybe be like a grate. I don't know. I want to see how good the siphon pulls before I get into anything crazy like that. And this is just a helper. I'm not looking, like I've said in the past, I'm not looking for this to completely take over my filtration. Just help a little bit, you know? So we'll finish getting that. I'm going to let that set for a second. And like I stated earlier, what we'll do is once everything's glued, we'll get everything where it needs to go. We'll make the two last connections. Then I'll show you the struggle and fun time I'm going to have hooking up the rubber hoses. say measure twice, cut once. Metalhead says just have extra stuff, because you're probably going to want it. Okay, there we go. Voila. She's set. So I don't know how well you can see that, but instead of being out like it was earlier, it is now up where it needs to be, so it can make contact with the other pipe I needed to. All right, price is averted. shorter. Actually, I see what my problem is.
Uh-oh.
Easy fix. So, problem with having to use the modified hose is this. So, where are my snips? There they are. So, to eliminate that, I'm just going to remove this row. Not too worried if I mess this up, because guess what? I have more. I also learned on the first video not to do that directly on the table. Yeah. Hey, more stuff to sweep.
Stop spilling it.
Well, as long as it doesn't go in Bobby's tank, then we'll be alright. Now that those are down there all over my floor, I'm sure it's going to feel great to lay on. Not really. Yep, I was right. That's way better. No, sort of. Got some biofalls on it. My hoses probably could have been a little longer, so you see how the pumps aren't fully seated. That's a-okay. It's not really going to hurt anything because the water level should be around here, hopefully, on both of those. And if you look at this angle, it is the same thing there. But, you know, kind of tight clearances right there, you know. So, that's just how it's going to be. So we're going to let that dry a little bit and take a little break, and we'll be back with more. Alright guys, it's been a battle. Really long battle. I'm actually going to hold off 1 to 2, possibly even 3 days. It's kind of older glue. I just want to be safe. I'd feel horrible if I did anything to, you know, them. So I'm just gonna wait. So I will put a video out on that. But as far as this video 2-part jobby goes, that's it. It's done. over it. The build's done. Everything's there. Kind of looks cool, whatever. But so I put on a side note here, I put a video out this morning. I started it last night. Things didn't work out very well. It happens, but it came out this morning. At the end of that video, the tank looked like utter crap. And yes, I'm talking about the bubble wall tank. Looked like complete... If you saw that video, you know. I don't have to explain it. So, now that it's had some time to cycle, or, you know, clean up a little bit, and the bubble walls have actually kicked in a lot better. So, without further ado, there it is. One side to the other. It's like going around the road with this thing. And yeah. So, it cleaned up a lot. That sun down there doesn't take it long at all to clear up. The fluval doesn't take this one long to clean up. You know, when I do stupid stuff and move it. But, yeah. I'd say that's a success, huh? So, yeah, if you're wondering, yeah, apparently I have a sty in my eye. At first I thought it was just the chemicals and party. No, don't. I'm not suggesting anything, just don't. It was a joke. Ha 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 ha. Okay, anyways. I guess after this whole fiasco, we're just gonna have to think something else to do now, aren't we? Alright guys, well anyways, I've taken up enough of your time. This is like the longest video I've ever produced. Just be glad I learned the fast forward trick. Thank you, Angel, for that, by the way, or Junior Metalhead. Otherwise this video would have been a lot longer and very boring. Anyways, until the next one, stay metal!